In this video, we're going to talk about the 5 money rules that every 18-year-old needs to know. Turning 18 years old, it's hard on its own because your responsibilities as an adult really start. And therefore, in this video, we're going to share with you the 5 lessons that I wish I had when I was turning 18, but no one told me, so that you put the foundations there for a financial successful life. The first rule, and one of the most important rules, is that you start investing and saving early. Time is your greatest ally when it comes to saving and investing. As Warren Buffett usually says, successful investors are those that they don't try to time the market, but they spend time in the market. And by turning 18 years old, you have a plethora of years out there to start saving and investing. You really can start with simple steps with your first job and put aside every month a certain percentage of your salary, such as 10%, and then take advantage of the so-called effect of compound interest and see your wealth grow over the years. The compounding effect or the compounding interest will be your greatest ally. So start early. Open an S&P 500, for example, that requires minimal attention, and set there 10% of your income every month, and you'll see it grow after 5 years in a significant number. Number 2, another really important rule is that you need to create a budget and stick to it. Creating a budget is a form of taking control over your finances and a form of actually knowing what you're spending your money on and where you can cut off in order to save more or invest more, and therefore you're more prepared to know and see what is happening before it happens. This way you will ensure that you're not overspending and that you're dead on when it comes to following a plan. Rule number 3, and one that was really helpful when I was starting out, is that you need to use credit cards as your ally and not your enemy. And what do I mean by that? Don't overspend on your credit cards and end up not being able to pay your balances and therefore destroying your credit score, because your credit score is really a crucial number that shows the creditors and bankers how trustworthy and reliable you are as a borrower. And therefore, instead of going into a spending spree with your credit cards, use your credit card as an ally, meaning do small purchases every month and pay them on time in order for you to build your credit score and show that you are a good borrower. This habit will compound in time, and in no time, within 2 or 3 years, you will have a great credit score and you'll be able to take the lowest interests in the markets when it comes to either car financing or a mortgage or anything that requires lending. So rule number 4, you need to build an emergency fund. So the emergency fund will have money inside in order to cover 6 months of living expenses in case you lose your job or in case something happens. You have a cushion of safety there in order to give you adequate time for you to bounce back stronger and go on to the next step. See the emergency fund as a second chance to whatever life throws at you. Rule number 5, and a really important one: create more than you consume. In other words, you need to create more than you consume. If you spend the majority of your time during a day consuming content, buying worthless products that you don't need, then you will be doomed to a financial failure. Instead, focus more on creating and consume content in order to be inspired, and then go on into creating the things that you really desire. Create that business of yours, create a YouTube channel, create an idea, create a painting, write a book. Always focusing on creating more, because the more output you produce, the luckier you get. The harder you work, the luckier you get, because the content that you produce or the business idea might end up propelling you onto the next thing or onto the next connection, and so on and so forth. And a bonus rule, rule number 6, and one that will really help you as it has helped me. If you want to take advice from someone in life, always take advice from people that have achieved something, or people that have achieved the thing that you really want to achieve as well. Never take advice from someone that doesn't have the same ambition as you do, the same dreams as you do, the same objectives as you do. Because these people will end up downplaying your dreams, downplaying your ambitions, downplaying your plan, and you will end up depressed and demotivated. Always take advice from people that have achieved more than you or are in a place that you wish to go, and you will be inspired, you will feel motivated, and you will feel that energy for you to carry on. Now, this video on its own will not be enough. If you want to 10x or even 100x what you've just learned, make sure that you watch this video here that talks about the 9 habits that are keeping you poor. See you over there.